man. All I gotta do is get on there, man. If you ain't doing it for no money, then what you doing it for? I want the money. I need the whole block. You out here frontin' work. I get it off the top. I'm self.
What's up, y'all? This is Tiff. And live in Hinesville with grindcinema. We about interviewing 380. So where did you come up with the name 380?
380 actually came from a few years back when it was illegal in Georgia to shoot fireworks. So in the country we shoot guns. So at 12 o'clock, we was out there letting rounds go, and I was busting my 380, and my little brother rolled by on the scooter, and he was like, "Dang, that 380 spit fire." And then later on, a few weeks later or so, I was writing a song, and I said something about me spitting fire like my 380, and I just kind of took my name behind the 380 pistol. So I spit fire like my gun. So when I caught my mouth and spit fire out, it's just like putting the ammo back on the gun and getting rounds with it.
So you're originally from Hinesville?
No, I'm from Midway.
Midway. Okay.
Straight out the southeast.
Born and raised?
Born and raised, Midway, GA. That's why it's tattooed right there. Midway 884.
Okay. So what are some artists that, you looked up to or that inspired you? Or that still inspired you?
Well, initially coming up as an artist, I listened to a lot of Camouflage. I listened to a lot of Tupac and Biggie. That was our era in my years in the late 80s, early 90s. So I was banging a lot of that music. And Ludacris came around. I started feeling Ludacris. He a real inspiration to my music. But really, it was an underrated talent. Camouflage was my real true inspiration that I took life into. But then came DMX, Bun B. A lot of the artists, Plies came later. I respect the real stories that certain artists got to tell. So when I can relate my music to music that they relate to, and we carry ourselves in that same style of living, that would draw me into the attention of the music.
So, what are some new projects that you're working on?
The most recent project that I just finished and completed is Major League. Major League is actually my first release from Street Certified Entertainment, my new label. It released last month on the 24th, and it's in stores now. You can get it anywhere online, CD Baby, iTunes. It features a lot of the local artists and different artists in other counties. That what I try to do is start bringing the whole city together. So what I did was start taking all of these artists that the city might think was against each other and started bringing them in the same game. So now that we all playing on the same ball field, that's why I put us in the Major League. And that's the name of the album, Major League. So Major League can be found online, just Google it anyway.
Do you feel any pressure being coming from out the country versus, major city?
Shark in the water, man. I'm out to eat. However I got to get it, man. I'm praying on it. So, it's different being on a lower level going into a big game, but it ain't nothing nobody out there doing that I ain't doing already for myself. So I'm playing fair.
So, do you have any special person that inspires you or motivates you?
I really look up to my engineer, CJ Wortley. When I bring projects into the studio, it's a lot of things on the album that's made the album that I didn't want on the album. But he said, leave it on the album, and people was loving it. I was just like, I ain't feeling it. I want to let that track just be under the rug. He said no. So when he said, leave it on just leave it. Just let me work it and leave it. And I'll just be like, all right. So I got to entrust him with my music because he's actually producing it. You know, I get my tracks from Super Low. I come in to CJ and he does the recording, the mixing, the mastering. And so I gotta trust both of them with my sound. So besides what I do, I gotta let them do what they do.
So what was like the first song that really got noticed? One of your first songs?
Keep You Satisfied. Keep You Satisfied features another artist from Midway, R&B singer Deshaun. And it was another song that I kind of knew Keep You Satisfied had a hit to it when I first wrote it. And normally when I write songs real fast, those are the ones that seem to pick up to everybody like they pick up to me. I heard the beat and I wrote it. Not even nearly 45 minutes. I wrote the whole song. And I sent it to Deshaun. I said, Deshaun, can you write something to this song? I wrote the verses before the hook. I said, look, I'm going to send this song to you to Atlanta. Let me know what you come up with and send it back. We made the project happen. I released it. The song started getting a local buzz. The radio station picked it up, 106.3. DJ L Boogie, she started playing it. High school started getting it. My little brother started telling me, look, I need CDs to take to school because people want it. Then next thing you know, it started getting into the older crowd. They was like, man, that's a nice song. Then, so I was like, well, everybody picked up on it. This is like in 2 weeks. I said, well, I think I'm gonna shoot a video for it. So we put out a casting call. We put out for models on Craigslist. We did it on Facebook. We were putting out for models to call, send pictures. And we set the whole video shoot up from right here in Hinesville in Midway where I had to shoot in Atlanta. So when we went up there, shot the video, Guerrilla Film Junkies came from California, met us in Atlanta. They did a lot of OJ the Juice Man videos and some other people, Bone Thug. But we shot the video, put the video out. The video did like 5,000 views in the first week. And I think 15,000 views by the third week. And it turned a few more, but I think like right now the video is at like 76,400 something. So with that many views as an independent artist, I can't doubt that as being my first single that's out.
So what's like your favorite city?
My favorite city? In the United States. I love visiting the Bahamas, man. I've been twice. But we're gonna change it up next year. We're gonna go to Jamaica next year. I like leaving the country when I vacate. But I mean, as far as cities go, man, I like Atlanta. I like Jacksonville. I like Charleston. I like Virginia. I like Richmond, Virginia. I like a lot of places I've been, man. It's everywhere is different from home. Everywhere is different from home. So you see new things all the time. So everywhere I've really been, which is countless amount of places, there's always something there that you like.
Who's a major rapper that you would wish or you would like to do a track?
That I haven't already?
That
I haven't already.
That you haven't done already.
Plies. I like to do a song with Plies. I'll make that one a banger.
So tell me more about Street Certified.
Street Certified Entertainment is a label that I formed to become my own independent major company. Just like every other major label that's out there, the owner started with a dream. So that's what I did. I started Street Certified as my dream to be the next major label, the next Universal, the next Def Jam, South, whoever it is. But I brought a lot of talent under my wing for me to help coach and guide through the roads that I've taken to get to where I am. And what I've done is not just deal basically with rappers and singers, but I have a modeling agency called Priceless Diamonds. I have a comedian, Macaroni Tony, funny character. You know, he's always been funny, but how can you expose your talent until you give an opportunity? So I took him off his feet, started taking him different places, and people started seeing how funny he was. So that gave him doors to start doing what he did. And that's how I started opening the door for him. Have another artist, Jay Wayne, same thing. his career. He's been rapping for a long time. But in order for him to get that exposure that he needed, I took him, I talked to him. We talked to each other hours a day. I said, look, just let me give you a little information for you to take, for you to run with. Bring him up under the thing. I took his whole crew. Him, got the label Pound Game Records, that's his. But what we're gonna do is we pretty much we self-made millionaires. Our logo is. We take money from ourselves to make other things happen, to make money for the company. Instead of us getting money, taking loans like a record deal actually is, we borrow money from ourselves. So when we take money from us, we pay it back to us with our own interest. We're making us grow as a family. So anytime anything want to get done, that's how we handle it. But right now, it's Jay Wayne, as an artist, Macaroni Tony as comedian, Priceless Diamonds as the modeling agency. Which now we're starting with 3 models. We have 2 more supposed to sign up Monday, but it's constantly growing now that they're finally getting the exposure. So first it was groundbreaking, we got to get the blueprint together before we start saying, look, we'll be a part of this. We got to give you a reason to be a part of this.
So where can we find like some of their work or like your
Facebook? Facebook is Facebook/PD Models for the Priceless Diamonds. The Facebook page for Street Certified is facebook.com/sce.music. My personal Facebook is facebook.com/380midwayga. It's all centralized at one location, which is my personal website, www.mr380online.com, which and from there you'll get links to the Twitters, the Facebooks, the Reverb Nation pages, the mixer. You get ringtones. You text 380 ringtone to 69937. Get a ringtone for your phone. Everything is pretty much linked. I try to not make it hard for people to find me. You know, like, look, go to the website. You can find me from everywhere else from there. So that's pretty much how you can find a lot. We got mixtapes that we're featured on. That's on the website by DJ 93, DJ Butter Rock. Coast to Coast mixtapes that we own. I have a single that's also featured by Poker Jones from Atlanta called Last Night. It's also been taken off. So we made like 4 mixtapes in a 2-week period. The song got like over 3,400 downloads in like a month.
So you do a lot of freestyling or?
A little freestyle, more right. Got a lot of stories I got to tell. So when I tell my stories, I make sure they into me. In the studio rap. There's a lot of those out here. They be lingering. I tell real stories, so I rap my stories how they happen.
Now you have it here with Mr. 380, CEO of Street Certified Entertainment. Now I'm going to introduce you to the comedian, Macaroni Tony.
Put it right here. Miller High Life. If you ain't drinking this, you ain't right. See it? Champagne beers.